Okay, now we're shooting video, and Tony's going to fix our kid's bathtub so that it looks like new again. We've got a little issue with this custom tile strip that's been cut to put the shower door in, so he's going to work around that. That's our decision, to make it, not make it into a huge $2,000 total project or anything like that.
That's right.
So here he is. He's doing what he does.
Guys.
He knows how to do the best, and way better than I could ever do that. This is beyond my pay grade. So I'll get back to you in a little bit.
It's basically just stripping off. In the olden days, pre like 2000, they did a like a yellow epoxy that was the primer. Mm-hmm. It's all changed since then, but that's so basically you've got the coating that's on top that you see, and then you have a either a yellow, tan, or green coating that's the primer that's on the tub, and that's what we're stripping now. We need to get down to the original surface of the tub where you see it's white. That's down to the original. Where you see any of the coloration, that's still the primer that's on there.
Oh.
I was actually going to come talk to you guys about that overflow. That overflow makes me nervous. I was going to come grab you guys when I was done with the stripping and talk to you about that.
Okay. Yeah.
So, it's a process.
Looking good. You got a lot of ventilation going, and
yeah, we got the ventilator
mask.
It pulls the air out about every 45 seconds. It's ventilating all the air out the window and the mask and all that.
Nice. So back on the tub project, Tony's here, and he already shot the whole tub. It looks beautiful, and
nice
he's
new finish.
Taking the taping off of all the areas that we didn't want to be white. And you can have people go and look at this on YouTube after I put it up.
Oh, cool. Okay. Awesome. Thanks. That's awesome.
Do you want to advertise? You want to put your address?
You know, Bob, to be honest, I have so much contact business with the open stuff, but thank you, though. I'm just a small, one guy with a couple of helper operation. And
what is that a epoxy finish or a paint finish?
So in the olden days, 20, 30 years ago, this finish would have been an epoxy, a two-part, and you would shoot it. It's basically a hard density paint. Nowadays, this is an acrylic polyurethane resin.
Oh,
it's a
resin.
Three-part component. You have about maybe 45 minutes to an hour pot life when you mix it up, and you basically have about 45 minutes to spray it out of there where it's in a sprayable form, and then it hardens back into the resin. It's a real durable, lot heavier duty, a lot better finish than the epoxy. It feels much more like
comes out of a spray gun, just like a
just out like how you would spray an automobile, very HVLP system. Really nice product. I mean, it's expensive as heck, but it's a good solid product. It'll stay like this for years to come. So
very cool. So this will be the final shot of the bathtub refinishing we paid a guy to do. He did a nice job. I'm happy with it. One of the shortcuts some of these guys will do, like when we had it done the first time, he did the inside of the tub, and he didn't do this part here where my foot is touching. And tell you the truth, I didn't even really notice it until the new guy, my last guy, came in and noticed it right away, because that's his job. We also had some texture put in. Don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can focus a little bit. I think you can see it a little bit. It's like a texture. I'm not sure how he did that, but it's like a non-skid thing. And all I have to do is screw back in the overflow. Oops. Right there. The overflow hardware and the drain hardware, which I've done before. So I'm going to screw those two things in, and make sure when you do the drain hardware that you don't cross thread it, and that you clean it, and you put some sealant in there, plumber's putty, and also thread sealant. I use both plumber's putty and thread sealant. So I'm going to clean out the old thread sealant and put some new sealant in there. And I'm also going to use some silicone on the overflow. I did not replace the gasket. It was not leaking before, so I'm just going to put silicone on there. Okay, give me a thumbs up or a like. This was not a job that I did totally myself, but I wanted to videotape it so you guys and gals could have an idea of what's involved. Okay, see you later. Froggy out. Bye-bye. Give me a thumbs up or a like if this helps you out. Subscribe to Froggy's channel if you want some more. Well, I am going to show you a little bit more, because why not? This is the overflow gasket. It's kind of a porous rubber thing. See how I can move it like that. He's got some overspray that he did on there. It doesn't matter. This piece here and this piece here, I'm going to cut it away. Why? Because it doesn't really do anything. And I want to be able to put my silicone in there all the way around. So I'm going to cut that away and I'll show you. Okay, there you can see where I cut it off. Now I'm going to be able to run my bead of silicone. I'm going to be able to smooth it out with my finger, and I'm going to get a real good seal between this. This is the pipe that connects to the drain pipe that connects to the plumbing drain that goes out. So I want to seal this between the tub, this gasket, and this pipe right here. Okay, so there you go. All sealed. You know, a little more in some places, a little less where the gasket was puffing out, but now that's sealed, I would say, for lifetime with silicone, so the water will go straight down that pipe. I'll just put the cover on. Okay, so cover is on. If the tub ever fills up to overflowing, instead of overflowing, it'll go in a hole under there and go down the drain. Okay, so let us finally get this tub project done. This is plumber's putty. This is the drain. I took a wire brush and cleaned those threads. I'm going to fill those threads with a little bit of plumber's putty. This is a tool to get the get the drain in and out. Special tool available at your local big box store. Now here is where that drain is going, and what I'm doing here is I'm cleaning out the old plumber's putty, which is right there. You can see it. Oh, sorry, there, put the light on it. See that plumber's putty? It goes under the lip of the tub. There's also a black rubber gasket there that I'm shining my light on that doesn't look to me like it was really centered perfectly. I guess it was good enough because it didn't leak, but so that's why I'm going to put a lot of plumber's putty under there. Probably that's not a place where you're supposed to put it usually, but I'm going to put some anyway. So I'm going to put some in the threads, some around that where that black rubber gasket goes, and then I'm going to put some in this groove here, this outer groove, which goes under the lip of the metal drain. So, and I'm sucking all this debris out so it doesn't go down in the pipes and clog up the pipes. Make sure you don't flush stuff down there. Oh, sorry, I had that light on flashing. Oh, there. Let's get some of this out. Okay, so step one is I put some of that plumber's putty around that area where the rubber black gasket did not appear to be correctly centered. So I put it from there all the way to there. Now I'm going to put some plumber's putty in these grooves, which is probably overkill, but I'm going to do it anyway. It won't hurt anything. Also, I cleaned out those grooves that are in a plastic pipe that these metal threads are going to go into. And then finally, I'm going to put one more roll of plumber's putty around there, and then screw that in, and that'll squash it out and make a good seal. That is really the primary seal, the one that goes around there. Water should really never get here or get here, but it might. Well, you can see what I put in there. It's very thin, and I pressed it down with my thumb so that there's not very much there at all. Just a little tiny bit to seal it, just in case some water ever gets past the big one that I'm going to put up there where my index finger is rubbing right there. I'm going to put a ring right around there. Okay, so there's my ring. I just made a snake, like rubbing it like kids' clay in my hands, and made a snake and ran it around there, and then I pressed it in. So that's going to be the real first line of defense of water. That should seal against the tub lip right there, and the water goes down there instead and down the pipe and really never gets here. This is not going to ever harden 100%, so I'll be able to get this out if I need to. It won't come out easy. I'll have to use a tool like I showed you earlier, and I'm going to use that tool, there it is right there, to put this in. So here we go. So come to find out, there's 2 threaded pieces on this. Some kind of a sizing thing, or I don't know what exactly it is. If somebody can put an answer down in the comment what you call this. But this goes into the tub plastic pipe under the tub. Then this threads onto this, and then the seal goes here. So I took off all that plumber's putty because I was having a trouble getting the threads to screw in straight. You don't want this thing tipped because then you're going to cross thread it and you'll have a leak. So it's got to screw in straight. So I took off the plumber's putty and I put on this Teflon tape, which I don't know if it even is necessary or if it'll do much, but I'm just putting it on there. And then I'm going to reseal this and then give it another shot. Well, okay, 3rd time is the charm. It's going dead straight in, and now I'm starting to get a little bit of push out from the plumber's putty. You want to keep tightening it. It's going to be very hard to tighten. That's why this tool is a very useful tool. Keep tightening until it's down there good and you've got a bead of plumber's putty coming out all the way around, and you'll have a good seal. Okay? So that should be a perfect seal underneath this lip here. And you just take your pop-up and screw that on there. And that's how you fill the tub up if you want to fill the tub up. So, that is it. Give me a thumbs up or a like if this helps you out. Subscribe to my channel if you want more from Froggy, and have a great weekend. Froggy out. Bye-bye.